Welcome to the FNF Victory Road Draft League Season 3 Ribbon Ceremony. This is going to be a ceremony that distributes ribbons to the coaches and Pokemon who have achieved certain criteria for each ribbon. So I hope you enjoyed this ceremony. This is going to be hopefully something that you get to see yourself or your Pokemon get a ribbon in. And we're going to jump right in and see who got the ribbons this season. So first we will start with the coach ribbons, and these ribbons will be awarded to certain coaches who have fulfilled particular criteria. So let's jump in and see. So the first ribbon is the Gen Enthusiast Ribbon. This goes to the coach with the most Pokemon from a particular gen. Last season, Sir Roland got it with his Gen 4 Enthusiasm. Let's see who gets it this time. So we actually have 3 ribbon winners this time. We have Pharaoh, Sir Roland, and Tiller. And they're all enthusiasts of different gens, incidentally. Pharaoh being the Gen 7 enthusiast, Sir Roland being the Gen 4 enthusiast, which is not surprising to me, and Tiller being the Gen 5 enthusiast. All of these players had half of their team comprised of those gens. They had 6 Pokemon each, respectively, from those generations. So definitely enthusiasts of their respective generations for sure. Let's move on to the next ribbon. It's the Budget Ribbon, awarded to the coach who ended with the most draft points remaining. And this ribbon is awarded to me, Hypno Slumber Party's Noel. As a lot of people probably know already, I'm not really the most spendthrift when it comes to points in Draft League, so I'm not very surprised that I got this ribbon. I do love my low-tier Pokemon, so yeah. So we'll advance on to the next ribbon. This is a Speedy Ribbon. This is awarded to the coach who had the shortest matches overall, aka the anti-stall coaches, who hates stall the most, or rather who didn't utilize stall the most. And the winner of this ribbon is Sir Roland and Z-Quigs. Both of these players had an average, I believe, of 21.7 turns per match. Very short matches overall, not utilizing stall tactics. We're not seeing the Wish Protect Toxic from these players. So these are the Speedy Ribbon winners. In addition to the Speedy Ribbon, we have the Stall Ribbon. This is awarded to the coach who had the longest matches overall. And it's a wonder who gets this, since Noob Scrub is not participating this time. But the winner of this ribbon is me, with the longest matches. I'm sure some people don't really see that as an accomplishment, but I did like to play very defensively and safe. So I had an overall, I believe, 47.9 average match length in terms of turns. So pretty long battles when you face me, more than twice as long as Sir Roland and Z-Quig's battles. So the next ribbon is the Logo Ribbon. This is awarded to the coach who had the best logo, and this was actually voted on by the participants of the league. And with, I believe, a 6-vote total, the winner of this Logo Ribbon is F-Witch with the Alakazamalot logo. It is a reference to Camelot, an album cover from Camelot, which happens to be F-Witch's one of F-Witch's favorite bands. And the Alakazam pun is also very nice too. So we move on to the Improvement Ribbon. This is awarded to the coach who improved their placement from last season the most. So the person who had jumped up in the rankings the most from last season, season 2, to this season. And this ribbon goes to Benji. He jumped a whopping 9 ranks from 12th place to 3rd place in this season. Even if he doesn't win playoffs, even if he gets 8th in playoffs, it's still a 4-point jump to 8th. And in terms of seed, I believe he outperformed his seed by 6 ranks. So overall, very impressive. Benji had a very strong showing this time, and I think that he should definitely be proud of that. So this is the Comeback Ribbon. This is awarded to the coach who improved their placement in the rankings the most within the season. So the coach who maybe started or had a mid-season that was pretty rough and had a low rank, but then was able to come back and improve their score the most. And this ribbon goes to Benji again. So Benji actually started off with a -6 loss. Following that, he had a win and a loss. So kind of keeping him down at the bottom. He was in last place in the beginning, and then he slowly climbed up as he kept accumulating wins and ended up in 3rd place. So really impressive. So he both had the most improvement from last season to this season, but also the most improvement within the season. So that goes to show how much Benji has improved. Finally, we have the Champion Ribbon. This is awarded to the coach who won 1st place in the regular season. This isn't including playoffs, but just the regular season. And that ribbon goes to Hypno Slumber Party, Noel, who is me. And I ended with a 9-1 score, plus 40 differential. I'm pretty happy with how I did overall. I think the differential was really nice, probably because I was playing really defensively and safe. I didn't want to lose any of my Pokemon, So that's it for the coach ribbons, and we're going to move on to the Pokemon ribbons now. Will one of your Pokemon receive one of these ribbons? Stay tuned and find out. We're going to begin with some of the clowny ribbons. These are ribbons awarded to Pokemon who didn't really have control of their situation, but you do get some bragging rights because you could say RNG was against you and you maybe still prevailed despite that. So this first ribbon is the Blunder Ribbon, and it's awarded to the Pokemon who missed the most amount of times, the most misses. And this goes to Benji's Vaporeon and my Celesteela. And Morgana, if you're watching this, one of those instances Celesteela had was because of your Bright Powder, so thank you very much. I'm still laughing about that. Benji's Vaporeon mostly missing on Toxics, and Celesteela mostly missing on Leech Seeds, and then of course that one particular moment. So these are the Pokemon that miss the most. We move on to the Super Luck Ribbon. This is awarded to the Pokemon who landed the most critical hits. So this is Pharaoh's Toxapex. And in a way, Toxapex was lucky, but it also wasn't, because it had Merciless and hit some poison opponents for critical hits. I believe some of the critical hits weren't against poison opponents, so Toxapex was still lucky, but it did manipulate its luck a little bit with Merciless, which was a very cool strategy to see being used, because usually Toxapex is a lot more defensive, but Pharaoh utilized it in both offensive and defensive capacities. So interesting, unique way to play, and that's what I like to see in Draft League. The next ribbon is the Unlucky Chant Ribbon. This is awarded to the Pokemon who got hit by the most critical hits. This is the one who had RNG definitely against them. And this award goes to Crits Umbreon. It makes sense that defensive Pokemon like Umbreon would get hit by a lot of critical hits, perhaps in some pivotal moments, but also it's a little bit ironic that Crit got hit by the most crits. Maybe the crits were like, hey, I'm recognizing your name, but Crit's like, no, you could recognize it in a different battle, not now. So yeah, Unlucky Chant Ribbon goes to Umbreon. We also have the Wince Ribbon. This is awarded to the Pokemon who flinched the most. And this goes to F, which is Incineroar, getting flinched 5 times in a single match, losing a matchup that Incineroar should have won versus Jirachi because of its fire and dark typing versus steel and psychic, but those flinches just... ooh, it was painful to watch. So, most flinches was Incineroar. I believe in total flinched 5 times in the entire league, which is quite a bit. So we move on to the second stage of ribbons. This is ribbons that the coaches had more control over instead of just bad RNG. This is more intentional. So this is the first in line ribbon. This is awarded to Pokemon who is chosen as the lead the most in the league. And this ribbon goes to Crit's Mega Beedrill, leading a total of 6 times. That's a whopping 60% of matches that Crit played where Beedrill led. And I don't believe he brought Beedrill to every single match. I think 8 or 9 matches. So most of the time he brought Beedrill, he was leading Beedrill. And it's a very good lead. It's fast, it can U-turn, it can hit hard. So understandable why he'd put Beedrill as his lead. Next we have the Clearance Ribbon. This is awarded to the Pokemon who removed the most hazards. And this is really useful, especially in League where hazards is a very common style of play. And this is Morgana's Tapu Fini, utilizing Defog to its potential to remove hazards as much as possible. Very good, especially for Morgana's team, which is pretty frail. He wants hazards up, but he doesn't want the opponent to have hazards up. So overall, pretty good roll. And I believe that Morgana named Tapu Fini Kyoko. Shout out to Danganronpa. So next we have the Cringe Ribbon. This is awarded to the Pokemon who inflicted the most flinches on others. And I'm sure no one will be surprised about this one. It is Kiwi's Jirachi. Jirachi's name of the game is flinches, and overall in the league it got a whopping 9 flinches. That is almost double the second most amount, which is 5 flinches by Mienshao, and then I believe the next amount was 2. So Jirachi definitely led in the flinch department. Rest in peace, Incineroar. So finally we enter the third tier of ribbons. This is going to start with the Beloved Ribbon, and this has to do with usage statistics and overall KD statistics mostly. So we're going to look at the Beloved Ribbon now. This is awarded to the Pokemon that were used the most often. These Pokemon came to every single match in the league that their team played in. So that is 10 matches in total. And we're looking at 5 Pokemon here: Z-Quig's Corsola, Kiwi's Jirachi, Pharaoh's Necrozma, Morgana's Zeraora, and Lionhug's Sylveon. And it makes sense, 3 of these Pokemon being logo Pokemon, and one of them being a logo Pokemon before, actually, in the previous season, and one of them almost being a logo Pokemon. Morgana wanted to put Zeraora, but then changed to Ladian at the last minute, which was pretty funny. Z-Quig's, I think, brought Corsola to every single match he's ever played in League. And Lionhugs has brought Sylveon quite a bit. I believe in the whole entire league, it's second most used overall. Zeraora is first most used. And Necrozma being pretty cool because Pharaoh's username being Pharasma, which I believe is Pharaoh and Necrozma. And Jirachi there with the 2 ribbons it has. It's Beloved, but it's also Cringe. So we move on to the next one. We have the Master Sweeper Ribbon. This is awarded to a Pokemon that managed to get 6 KOs in one match. It doesn't necessarily have to come from a sweep, but I believe most of the time it does. So this is awarded to several Pokemon. That's Eon's Doublade, Fire Warrior 82's Porygon Z, Startoad's Scizor, Mega Scizor, and Fire Warrior 82's Charizard Y. And this was before Doublade was traded to Lionhugs. Eon's actually pulled off a remarkable 6 kills with Doublade before trading it the very next week, which was surprising. Porygon Z and Charizard both belong to Fire Warrior 82, so showing that he has very strong offensive prowess, and he was able to sweep with both of those. And then Mega Scizor being very good Pokemon as well, that I believe is number 3 in the rankings. So all these Pokemon performing really well in the season overall. Next we have most statistically useful. This is awarded to the Pokemon who on average contributed the highest differential to a score. So you derive this score by dividing the differential by the usage. And this is awarded to Benji's Kyurem, who received, I believe on average, contributed plus 2.29 to the differential of each match that it appeared in. That is a really, really nice score to contribute per match, especially since it came so often. It wasn't diluted down by the fact that it came so often. So Kyurem, very good Pokemon for Benji this league. Next we have the Tier 5 MVP Ribbon, and this is awarded to the highest performing Pokemon that is Tier 5. These 3 Pokemon all have a +3 differential. This is Startoad Sneasel, Z-Quake's Delibird, and Drizzleboy's Pharaoh Seed, all performing very well despite their low tier status. And it's just really nice to see Delibird next to these 2 very, very useful tier 5, arguably tier 4 Pokemon. But Delibird's definitely an OG tier 5, and overall really nice set of Pokemon. Next we have the Mega MVP Ribbon. This is awarded to the highest performing Mega Pokemon, and this goes to Edgar's Houndoom, Mega Houndoom. This is Maurice, the Mega Houndoom, a very solid Pokemon, number 2 overall in the rankings, and a very proud accomplishment for Edgar considering that Houndoom is Mega Tier 3. So compared to all those Mega Tier 1 Pokemon that are really strong, Houndoom ended up being the best Mega overall in the league. So very nice for Edgar, very strong under the sun. We have the Z Destroyer Ribbon. This is awarded to the Pokemon with the most KOs from Z-Move. These Pokemon took their one opportunity to hit spectacularly hard and ran with it. And these Pokemon are Drizzleboy's Scolipede and Benju's Raichu Alola, both getting 4 KOs from Z-Moves. That's a 40% of the matches they managed to get a KO off of Z-Moves. That is a very, very nice average, I'd say, or percentage, I'd say, for these Pokemon, hitting extremely hard. Finally, we have the MVP Ribbon, and this is awarded to the Pokemon with the highest differential in the league. This is a Pokemon who performed the best in the entire league, and that ribbon goes to Benji's Kyurem with a whopping, I believe, 17 kills and an overall +16 or +15 score. Very, very strong performance by Kyurem, and Benji really has improved overall, really has showcased very good both offensive and defensive presence, and it's been pretty cool to see how he uses Kyurem this league. So thank you everybody for participating. We still do have playoffs coming up, so I hope you enjoyed this video and this ribbon ceremony. I believe that everybody got at least 1 ribbon, so thank you everybody for participating, and I hope that you enjoy playoffs and enjoy the next content to come for draft leagues. We also have the Victory Road Memories tournament series coming up as well, so stay tuned for that. Until then, this is Noel, and I'll see you in future videos.